Hey guys, Wavd here for my first video. I thought I'd do a product review on something that I use quite a lot, and that is of course, as you've seen from the title, the raw rolling machine. Anyway, let's bring the camera down so you can take a nice look. Here it is in all its beauty. We'll turn it around to show you the inside. Now, I'm sure you've seen one of these before or something similar to it. You've most likely seen the standard version. This is not raw, this is zigzag, but it's basically the same product. This is the standard size rolling paper rolling machine, which I use when my friends bring around tobacco and filters and I want a cigarette and I can't bother to roll. Because before I smoked straights, I have smoked for about a year now, or a year or 2 years, so from those Super Kings. I used to buy rolling tobacco because it was really cheap off the internet. It was like £5 for a pack of 50 grams of some fake stuff. So I used to just buy that, and I would use this machine here to roll them because I can't really roll very well, as you can probably tell by the fact that I own 2 rolling machines. Anyway, the raw rolling machine, you've probably seen them online before, seen the products on Prime before. They're not very hard to use. You simply just put in your filter there or there. Fuck it out. We have another finger in it. Yeah, you just put in your filter on one side or the other. You put in your tobacco or other substance, hint hint, nudge nudge, and then you sort of squeeze together like this. You would put in a paper. You would roll it down as such. Obviously it's not going to do that, it's not going to have, do that exactly the same, because it would have shit in it. And then you lick the paper, roll it down some more, and voila, a nicely rolled cigarette would come out. Alright, I'm not going to be one of those fucking people that are too pussy to say it. Let's be honest here, you're buying this because you want to roll joints. Nobody's smoking a cigarette this fucking size, let's be honest here, lads. Now, when it comes to rolling for joints, you get a few problems. The main problem being that it won't really roll the filter like a roach tip. Yeah, it just doesn't. Unless you're perfect at making them and you can make them so they're just like a cigarette filter in terms of how circular they are, it's not going to happen. The machine will just catch itself on the corners and the bumps and all that, and it will just send all your shit flying out. So what I usually do is a bit of a tip here, is that I put in I'll do it normally, but I'll put in a normal cigarette filter, I'll roll it, and then after I've rolled it, I'll very carefully, delicately take out the filter with my teeth usually, and then I will make the roach tip a bit smaller, and then insert it there, and then use a knife to make it larger inside, which will then usually fit it. It only takes about 20 seconds to do, and seeing as I can't roll for shit, it's not a bad way of doing it. Now, the main second problem is the fact that it requires a lot of weed if you are using it, if you're rolling it without tobacco, which I know is the main way of doing it in America. The reason for this being is just, well, you can tell, look how fucking long it is. I know it's the same size as a king size paper, but when you're rolling king size joints, generally speaking, I find is that there's quite a bit left, so people, shake it about, or get the flint out of a clipper lighter and then push it down, all that sort of shit, pack it down, and then usually that results in it being shorter than it would be, not quite short as a regular cigarette, but not quite as long as the king size papers are when you first take them out. With this, however, you don't really get that. You put in your small filter and you fill it up, and if you're doing that with weed, you'll need a fuck ton of weed, and that ain't really and there's not really a way you can do it otherwise, because if you say roll it, only fill it up to the middle, when you roll it, it will just it won't work, it will just fall apart. And at the same time, if you put in too little, when you roll it, it'll be like a matchstick, it'll be way too tight. And you know what's funny? And we come on to the third part of this. It's also very easy to fuck up if you do it completely right as well. Even if you put it in the tobacco and you put in the right amount, simple things such as just rolling it for too long can result in it being fucked. It can get too tight, which means airflow won't come out, and then you have to fucking press it all the way up and try and squeeze it out and loosen the filter and all that shit, and it's just a pain in the ass. So yeah, those are my three main queries with it. Other than that though, it's a pretty damn useful device. I can't roll joints to shit, I'll be the first person to admit that. Despite the fact that I always buy roach tips and papers and the weed and I'm more of a point just one guy when I'm by myself, because I just find it a lot easier to do it. this is very helpful. I have rolled a fair few joints with this when I'm on my own, you know, if I want to have a smoke by myself and my mates. I just find it easy to just load it up with some tobacco, load it up with some weed, put in a cigarette filter, roll it up, take out the cigarette filter after it's done, put in a roach tip, and enjoy. So yeah, I would give this a 4 out of 5, because while you can fuck it up a little bit, it's generally very useful if that's the sort of thing you need. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, guys. Have a good one.